Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Or Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy is not coming home.
They were saying the NFL has some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are.
Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get stout. Then he was like, yo, when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we could just hang out.
Picture there over Midtown Manhattan. In Manhattan is where it all went down today. A judge denying Sean Diddy Combs' request for bail after he pleaded not guilty.
50 Cent has been criticizing Sean Combs for decades, starting in the 1990s, but things have escalated to an entirely new level. Word on the street is that 50 has cracked the code behind Diddy's bizarre pizza box ramblings and cryptic plastic nonsense from jail, and it's not looking favorable for the bad boy mogul. Given the information 50 is about to reveal, it's not surprising that Diddy's legal team is experiencing turmoil.
50, please be my friend. You're breaking my heart.
Pop was like, so when we gonna get the chance to kick it, like we could just hang out. Why don't we go shopping? I pay for it. And I was like, this just sounds good. I got the away from him because I was like, this is good.
You asked him to take him shopping?
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy. Why are you with 50? Hey, yo, he loves me. Y'all can't see it? Y'all can't see that he loves me? You know he loves me.
Because I'm in here. This is all good. You about to get out on bail. Right, you out there quiet as motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have them last laugh.
One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry.
His frustrated lawyer just quit. And let's face it, Diddy's future is looking less like shiny suits and more like orange jumpsuits. Diddy appears to be resorting to desperate measures to alleviate his mounting legal issues, including serious allegations of sexual misconduct and witness tampering. Prosecutors assert that he has consistently violated prison regulations, utilizing the phone accounts of other inmates and making three-way calls to connect with potential witnesses. The report asserts with audacity that Diddy has even contacted victims, attempting to rewrite the narrative and persuade them to retract their statements. While third-party calls aren't shocking in the celebrity world, Diddy's actions seem to be further complicating his situation, potentially prolonging his time behind bars. The streets are abuzz with activity, and although no one else is discussing it, we have every juicy detail right here. The drama is sizzling instead of helping his case. Diddy's alleged underhanded tactics have spectacularly backfired. Prosecutors now have even more incriminating evidence against him thanks to these questionable phone calls. To make matters worse, one of these calls is leaked online, igniting a firestorm of speculation and frenzy across social media.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
he did it.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before.
That's 50 Cent on the Enthusiast podcast earlier this month, defending why he's always been outspoken about longtime rival Sean Diddy Combs. Now, the rapper's doubling down on his feelings in a new interview with People.
I'm not panicking, they are.
The internet is ablaze, and media outlets are swarming the story like sharks in a feeding frenzy. Diddy's brazen moves have not only made headlines, but have also strengthened the prosecution's case against him. Armed with evidence of obstruction, prosecutors are adding even more weight to the pile of allegations he's already facing. It's a textbook case of digging your own grave, and Diddy seems to be doing it with a shovel he crafted himself. That what started as an attempt to control the narrative has spiraled into a full-blown media firestorm, leaving his legal team scrambling and his reputation in tatters. The drama doesn't end there. Reports indicate that a notebook seized from Diddy's jail cell allegedly contains information pointing to obstruction of justice. Despite his defense team's argument that attorney-client privilege protects the notes, the court isn't buying it just yet. The stakes are rising, and this unfolding saga shows no signs of cooling down. Diddy's most recent actions are so extraordinary that they are nearly unfathomable. However, they are unfolding in real time. Despite sitting in lockup with restrictions tighter than a drum, he's reportedly been busy making calls, dragging his own kids into his legal mess. And no, these aren't the heartwarming "how are you" type of calls. Allegedly, Diddy has been orchestrating a full-blown cleanup mission from behind bars, asking his sons to handle evidence and clean up his mess.
If you're in custody, your phone calls can and will be recorded. Obviously, you and I, out as free people, we have rights that prevent that from happening. You need a warrant, you need a wiretap or something like that. You don't need that when you're in prison.
The kicker? One of those calls leaked online, and the internet is in a frenzy. The leaked audio has everyone raising eyebrows because if his kids even think about tampering with evidence, they could face obstruction charges themselves. It's a desperate gamble on Diddy's part, but it's coming at the expense of his children's futures. Reckless, selfish, and downright jaw-dropping, this saga just keeps getting messier.
I've been waiting for. I'm gonna tell you how I feel today. Now this is a feeling that I don't really feel a lot. Now usually y'all know I'm the swagger king and I don't get scared and nervous, but I felt it today. I guess I was scared and nervous. I didn't want to let nobody down, but you know, it's an emotion that we all feel. But they told me not to, somebody told me not to tell y'all that. They said, you know, man, Diddy, you don't never get scared and nervous. But tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be another day.
Diddy's prison phone call just leaked and it was posted by Social Details. This is allegedly a call that he had, and there's a lot of talk, a lot of code words in there, so we're gonna listen to it together. Check it out.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over.
Now, this alleged leaked call from Diddy in prison was talking about getting rid of pizza boxes. Now, if you know your stuff and you're privy, you know exactly what pizza stands for, and that's probably what they're talking about and referring to on this alleged leaked call. Pizza, for those who don't know, I'm gonna make it very clean. It has to do with children and selling.
Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Now, in this alleged phone call, he starts talking about someone named Jay. People are speculating that may be Jay-Z, but there's no confirmation.
But wait, it gets worse. Diddy's camp has been deceiving the mainstream media by portraying him as a devoted father on the verge of a mental breakdown, experiencing heartbreak due to his separation from his kids. They've been feeding lines like, to them, he's not Diddy, he's dad and the tearjerker. He's very concerned about his kids' well-being. Concerned about his kids, huh? Based on the leaked audio, Diddy appears to prioritize his own survival over the safety of his children. This apparent attempt at damage control is generating scrutiny and intensifying the controversy surrounding his controversial actions. That doesn't exactly sound like a loving father, does it? In fact, it seems like Diddy is prioritizing his own survival over everything else, even if it means setting up his sons for legal trouble. It's a gamble that could destroy their futures, all for a desperate shot at walking free. Meanwhile, the prison is treating him like any other detainee awaiting trial. Insiders have revealed that his initial placement on self-harm watch was simply a precautionary measure and standard protocol for someone with his public profile. There was no special treatment or escape from jail, just the harsh reality of the situation he's created for himself. What is the ultimate conclusion? Diddy might think he's playing a clever game, but dragging his kids into this mess isn't just risky, it's downright cruel. Based on the current state of affairs, Diddy's gamble is certain to result in a spectacular failure. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is proving that patience and persistence pay off. For years, he's been the one voice calling out Sean Diddy Combs, planting seeds of doubt and letting time expose the truth. Now, as Diddy faces the most serious allegations of his career, 50 steps into the spotlight, not just as a rapper, but as someone who's been warning the world all along. Minus 50 Cent isn't just talking, he's masterfully orchestrating a masterclass in timing. He's been observing Diddy's empire crumble, and now he's seizing the opportunity to deliver what appears to be a devastating blow to Diddy's career. In a recent conversation, 50 didn't mince words. It seems like I'm doing some extremely outrageous things. But I haven't, he said. And he's right, he hasn't. All he's done is express his truth, exposing Diddy's dubious actions before they made headlines. Now, as the news catches up with what he's been saying for years, it's evident that 50 was always right. He elaborated, "It's really me, just saying what I've been saying for 10 years. Now it's becoming more full-faced in the news with the puffy stuff. But away from that, I'm like, yo, it's just my perspective because I've stayed away from that stuff the entire time. This isn't just about a long-standing feud. It's about a man trusting his instincts and watching the truth unfold on its own timeline. 50 Cent has taken a strategic approach. This strategy is yielding results that are garnering significant attention. 50 Cent has distanced himself from Diddy's lifestyle, which is characterized by excessive controversy and, according to recent allegations, potentially illegal activities. 50 Cent stated, "This is not my style, and it shows." While Diddy is preparing for trial, 50 is gearing up for his NDA Club Las Vegas residency. He is thriving and remains unbothered. Their rivalry runs deep, dating back to 2006 when 50 dropped the diss track The Bomb, accusing Diddy of involvement in the murder of Notorious Big. From vodka brand feuds to public spats, these two have clashed for decades. But now it's bigger than music or business, it's about legacy. 50 is ensuring Diddy's alleged actions don't quietly fade into history. The irony is striking. While Diddy's team scrambles for damage control, 50's career is reaching new heights. It seems as though fate is granting 50 a final triumph. His trademark blend of humor and sharp commentary ensures he will relish every moment. Diddy's empire, once built on fame and fortune, is now crumbling under the weight of over 20 lawsuits and damning allegations ranging from sexual assault to exploitative practices. Each new case piles on more damaging testimony, creating an overwhelming pattern of alleged predatory behavior that's impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is demonstrating the emergence of truth and patience. While Diddy's legal team struggles to keep up with the mounting claims, 50 is thriving, his career hitting new heights, and his long-standing warnings about Diddy now echoing louder than ever. The glitter of Diddy's once dominant empire is fading fast, leaving behind a legacy tarnished by controversy and scandal. Legal experts agree that the consistency and similarity of these allegations spanning decades present a nearly insurmountable challenge for Diddy's defense. It's no longer about isolated incidents or misunderstandings, rather it paints a clear picture of systemic abuse and a calculated misuse of power, wealth, and influence to prey on vulnerable individuals. This growing pattern of behavior is turning the tide in the case against him, leaving his legal team with an increasingly difficult battle to fight. Despite Diddy's attorney's repeated denial of the allegations, the mounting evidence is beginning to cast doubt on their claims. High-profile figures like that are Kelly Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Cosby have demonstrated that when victims flood the system, it becomes nearly impossible for the accused to regain their reputation, let alone avoid legal repercussions. The allegations against Diddy go beyond criminal charges, with reports of freak-offs, where he allegedly coerced women to stay compliant alongside his disturbing obsession with filming these encounters. This has drawn comparisons to some of the most notorious predators in history. The revelation by attorney Tony Busby that he represents over 120 men and women who allege violent sexual assault only intensifies the controversy. The staggering number underscores the breadth of Diddy's alleged actions and the far-reaching consequences for his legacy. Allegedly, the federal authorities have obtained compromising videos from Diddy's mansion, which could expose further misconduct. Courtney Burgess, a close friend of Diddy's late ex-wife Kim Porter, has reportedly handed over 8 additional tapes to the FBI and has already been called to testify before a grand jury. These developments have intensified the scrutiny around Hollywood elites, leaving many anticipating what might come to light next. Every celebrity, politician, athlete, CEO, and producer connected to Diddy and alleged to be complicit in his actions is reportedly on the verge of being exposed. The potential arrests send shockwaves through Hollywood, bringing much-needed attention to a long-standing culture of misconduct in the industry. This issue has persisted for decades, with even veteran actors like Tom Hanks speaking out about the prevalence of individuals like Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. The discussion highlights the pervasive fear and silence in Hollywood, where both women and men hesitate to speak out. Fear of blacklisting often prevents women from voicing their concerns, while men remain silent due to similar fear or their belief that the system operates as it does. Some say this is how the industry works and that power dynamics drive success. However, complicity is equally harmful because those who know about these practices but ignore or justify them maintain this broken system. With 36 civil lawsuits now on the way and Tony Buzbee outlining the abuse that occurred in Hollywood due to Diddy and his alleged co-conspirators, it seems like justice may finally be served. The accusations against Diddy are especially disturbing, involving minors as young as 7 years old. Diddy reportedly received these minors from their parents, much like Demi Moore. It's shocking that those who entrusted their children to such individuals seem to ignore the harm being caused, motivated by greed. Tony Buzbee, speaking with Piers Morgan on Uncensored, addressed the gravity of the allegations, acknowledging that they are painful, whether true or false. False. He emphasized that if the accusations are true, those involved should not have been in the room or participating in such acts. Buzbee also revealed that lawsuits are forthcoming, though the initial names may not be as high profile. However, they have a long list of individuals to investigate. He stressed the importance of thorough due diligence before filing, as public filings in the U.S. are accessible, and naming someone in a lawsuit inevitably brings media attention. Tony Buzbee addressed the public about the troubling Diddy allegations, recounting an incident in which a black SUV allegedly picked up a person, gave them a drink, and then left them to wake up in pain and with injuries. We found this person missing personal belongings, including their shoes and underwear, and took them to the hospital for medical attention. Buzbee also mentioned another case involving an adult who allegedly attended a group dinner with Diddy and others. Buzbee hinted at the existence of further troubling circumstances surrounding these situations. The allegations suggest that individuals like Demi Moore and Usher, who are accused of enabling Diddy's actions by allegedly allowing minors to be abused, are about to be exposed for their role in perpetuating these harmful behaviors. According to these claims, they are just as responsible as Diddy for the abuse, as their involvement allowed him to continue his alleged actions unchecked. People like Moore and Usher, who allegedly used their influence to facilitate these abuses and contribute to a culture of misconduct in Hollywood, reportedly supported the silence surrounding Diddy's power and the leverage he held over minors. Many in Hollywood are reportedly aware that arrest warrants for everyone allegedly involved with Diddy are on the horizon. As a result, some celebrities like Ellen DeGeneres have already moved abroad, with others like Ashton Kutcher preparing to testify. The looming legal battles, tapes, and testimonies have left many worried about the potential fallout. This case could expose a long-hidden network of power, privilege, and abuse that has persisted for decades, shedding light on troubling practices within the industry. According to a report on Live News with TMZ, the U.S. Attorney's Office is actively investigating potential suspects, and they anticipate contacting them if they have any connection to the case. Authorities anticipate obtaining information from them and potentially inviting them to testify as witnesses. The statement underscored that the case is only in its early stages, with the complete extent of those affected and involved still awaiting revelation. The investigation could potentially reach far and wide, affecting many within the industry. For more information, visit www.tmz.ey. Given the gravity of Diddy's charges, there's a good chance the federal trial won't air on television. However, we expect the ongoing civil cases to expose everyone involved. The only way those accused of abuse may avoid further repercussions is by settling out of court with the victims. With over 200 verified victims reportedly coming forward, it seems likely that many high-profile celebrities could see their careers ruined as a result of these legal proceedings.